Hello, I'm back. Maybe you didn't even notice that I was gone, but Halo freaking Infinite, I had to come back for this. I think Halo Infinite just might be the best free game ever. In terms of quality and in terms of just like, wow, I can't believe they did this. Halo Infinite is going to be sick. What's going on, everybody? It's Ghost Trobo. Hope you all had a wonderful June, July, and start of August here. I've taken a lot of time to really develop Switch Force, to get my wisdom teeth out, to help my family, and to kind of just like figure out what's going on in my life. But let's talk about a game that I think is going to have a significant impact on our lives this fall. One, because it's the first mainline Halo game in like 6 years, and two, because it's like the big game of the fall. Everything else is getting delayed, and please, dear goodness gracious, chips ahoy in the sky, do not let this game fall by and end up in 2022. It better come out. The flight, the tech test, the beta, whatever you want to call it, it was this weekend. I got in, and it was very, very fun. Now, this battle here is against Spartan-level bots, which is their, fourth day bots, the hardest bots that you can face off against. And I'm not an amazing player, but this is a very good round where I have a very good kill-death ratio. I just had so much fun, okay? I'm not one for like, oh, the jump animation is different, but I just know a good, fun game when I see one and when I play one. The weapons all feel fantastic. The maps are elegantly designed, and I love how confined they are without feeling restrictive. I think this is just like the perfect example of Halo multiplayer, and I don't know if it's because I haven't played Halo in so long that it felt so fresh, or if it's because I've just been playing first-person shooters that I'm not as big a fan of. There's some new weapons here, there's some new gear here, there's a few new features, but it's mostly just like good version of Halo, running and looking great on Xbox Series X. That's where I captured the footage, that's where I played. This is my favorite map of the bunch. I think there were 3 maps. I also really like Bazaar, but this Recharge one, probably my favorite. And I just wanted to mess around with the different weapons. The assault rifle feels awesome as ever. The pistol feels great. I wanted to kind of get in with some different guns. This one confounded me, all right? I could never get the aiming quite right, but when I did, it was a killing machine. You aim for the head, you get a good shot with this commando, and you're like, boom, baby. Feels so crazy. Now, I think Halo is going to be incredibly successful because it's doing something that podcasts and articles have talked about for years. Like, when would a major multiplayer game go free? And everyone thought it would be Call of Duty. They kind of split off campaign, multiplayer, and they didn't do that. Well, they kind of did by bringing Warzone to the table. That part is free, but their traditional competitive, which is what I like better, ain't free. And they kind of data mined that maybe there's going to be a Battle Royale in Halo Infinite, but I don't care because this is what I love, all right? Just this tried and true Slayer. I'm also insanely excited for the campaign because I love FPS campaign, and it's a genre that used to be like overflowing. You couldn't get away from it, and now it's a genre that there's not just a bunch. The Needler, let me call it out. Okay, I have a replica Needler because I think it's the coolest gun in Halo. The Needler in this game is amazing. It feels so good. It just comes off the gun. Those little pink crystals of pain doing so good. The sound effects and the audio production on this game is awesome. I don't know that I had a single complaint. Now, I will put a caveat, which is like, did I love this so much because I was doing well every match because it was against bots? Did that contribute? And I would say, yeah, it probably did, at least a bit. But there's no denying that Halo Infinite is just like, it's a very, very well-realized and well-executed version of Halo. It feels like they found a nice sweet spot with most of the weapons. I personally just prefer this time to death. I love that it takes a little bit longer. You got a little more maneuverability, you have a chance. You're not just getting popped. And as a player who doesn't have 1,000 hours to pour into a game, and as somebody that isn't playing competitive multiplayer shooters all year round, it gives me a chance to get into it. It gives me a chance to kind of find my bearings, and I'm not going to just get picked off. Now, I probably will get picked off a lot more when the retail version comes out and I'm playing against humans instead of bots, but the Spartan level bots, like, they're competent. Like, these guys move and play and act like a not awesome human team, right? Like, they're not going to go beat the best players at all, but they have really nice AI. It's also interesting to note that, like, Halo hasn't been out for 6 years, okay? So when you play Halo, you're like, this is how Halo's always looked. And I don't know what it is about Halo, but that's just how I always feel. I feel like Halo has always looked the same, and oh my gosh, it is not. Go look at some of the older Halos. Go even look at Halo 5 Guardians and say, the comparison, like, it's a mighty difference. I know this game kind of took some punches for having some weak graphical showings last year. I like how it looks. It's not mind-blowing in any way, but I think if there's anything mind-blowing, that's going to be saved for the campaign. Where this needs to excel is appeasing the people that are longtime Halo fans with the right weapon balance, the right maps, the right choices, and then being just a fun multiplayer game. And you can't discount that it's free. I look at its direct competitor for the fall right now is Battlefield 2042. Call of Duty Vanguard should be announced sometime soon, although with all of the disgusting antics happening at, I can't even call them antics, all the disgusting crimes basically happening at Activision Blizzard, I don't know what their plans are going to be. But Battlefield 2042 is a multiplayer-only game for $70, and Halo Infinite, the multiplayer is free, and then you get the campaign on Game Pass. Effectively, this entire package can be free, and it might be the best free multiplayer game of all time. Now, yes, you can buy Halo Infinite in stores, but it's such an interesting discussion with Game Pass kind of soaring. When you're having things like Starfield and Redfall and Halo Infinite being free for most of the players on the console, it's like, wow, that's insane. And I don't want to evaluate like, oh, Halo's a free game, that's how we're going to grade it. But the multiplayer is, okay? The multiplayer is, and it needs to be respected as such, that this is super high quality, super fun, masterfully designed, competitive FPS, and it's going to be accessible to literally everyone that has the system. That is cool, and it should build a wide player base, and it should bring Halo back to the forefront. I mean, that's what Microsoft needs. I laid in bed this morning thinking, wow, it's crazy that Microsoft has ignored its most popular, best franchise for 6 years. Like, why have they not done more? They used to pop out a game every 2 years. You know, they were doing Reach, and they were doing ODST, and they just didn't do a lot lately. They don't have a ton of franchises. It's basically like Gears, Forza, and Halo for Microsoft. Xbox, like, why not take more advantage of this? They haven't. And I don't know if that's because development has been troublesome or if Halo had kind of started its decline, but I think that Infinite has a chance to really bring it back. The campaign is going to be a big part of that. If they're able to deliver a successful, interesting campaign with a good Halo storyline that feels like it pays homage, but also moves things forward. See, 18-2. Not bad at all. Pays homage and moves things forward. That's going to be magical. And if they can find a way to elevate the gameplay where it doesn't feel like, oh, they just bought into all the modern trends, but they took Halo and leveled it up for 2021, I'm in. We know that Guardians had some elements that were supposed to be more open world. How does that factor in? But it's the sandbox and it's the weapons that really win the day. It's the voiceover in your head. It's the music. It's the skybox. It's the things that made Halo special. It's the gravity hammer, okay? It's the things that have stood out for Halo forever. And this is a case where it's so good to be back. It's so good to be back talking to you all, and it's so good to be back in the world of Halo. There are a few new weapons, and like I said, I'm not one to give you weapon breakdowns, but I liked what I had. I liked my arsenal. I liked my armada, and I mostly just like that it's like this nice, nifty, tight gameplay package, right? Where there's always action happening. You're never too far away from something fun, and yet you're not getting just blasted in the back of the head because you do have the health and the armor, and because it is a smaller scale engagement. It's not some 8-on-8 battle, and yes, there will be bigger modes, but I just love the confines of Slayer. I feel like it works for me, and I feel like it makes my shooter experience as someone that can become competent but isn't going to be great, like a lot more fun. This just, man, it really impressed me. I'm excited to see the rest of the maps. I'm interested to see how the Battle Pass plays out, if that's something that I get into. Like, I don't really care about Battle Passes anywhere else. In fact, I don't really care about free games anywhere else. There's nothing free to play that I thoroughly enjoy, but this happens to be free and I already thoroughly enjoy it. So will I be invested in the Battle Pass? Maybe. Cosmetics are pretty cool. Although the cosmetics, just like a new visor, a new color scheme, that's not going to do it for me for long. I would need there and want there to be a bunch more. I would need there and want there to be more significant unlocks or, you know, totally different skins, totally different models. I mean, I know now we're veering into Fortnite territory. Maybe that doesn't fit for Halo, but take some chances. It's free. You can get a little wild. I hope they do that. Always a fine line. How much do you evolve and change? How much do you stay the same? Right now, Halo is definitely staying more the same, but it doesn't feel old. So whatever they're doing is working, whatever changes they've made, whatever tweaks, maybe it's just been long enough that I can't quite tell all the little nuances that they have improved. I love this though, and I think you guys are going to as well. So that's Halo Infinite. I'm Ghost Robo. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Drink some hot chocolate. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And until next time, we'll see you all. Bye.